Well, researchers say the rise of joblessness among black men has become a crisis, and its financial impacts are having a ripple effect. According to a new report from the Center for Economic and Policy Research, the toll of unemployed black men is costing the U.S. economy about $50 billion a year. Researchers say black men have consistently had the highest annual unemployment rate for the last 20 years. The report found the predominant reason is a lack of job offers. It is also impacted by higher mortality and incarceration rates. Researchers say with communities that with larger populations of working black men experience lower crime rates and better educational opportunities for children. For more on this, I want to bring in Algernon Austin. He is the Director for Race and Economic Justice at the Economic Policy Institute. He's also the former director of the Race, Ethnicity, and the Economy program. Thanks for joining us. I want to get right into this. So what are the factors that we're talking about contributing to this high unemployment rate, these levels of black men who just, want to see change here? What does need to happen?
Well, we need it to be a national issue. We need national attention. So it's great that you're covering this. And let me clarify that the official unemployment numbers undercounts the magnitude of joblessness for black men. The moment black men face a considerable amount of discrimination in the labor market because of race, because they're black men, because they may be formerly incarcerated, because of disability, all these factors. And when people are rejected from jobs over and over again, they stop looking for work. The moment they stop looking for work because they're discouraged or because they're in an economically depressed community and they see that there are no jobs available in their community, the moment they stop looking for work is the moment the Bureau of Labor Statistics say they are no longer unemployed. So that's what my report is looking at all the men, and it's a vast number of black men who are discouraged, who have dropped out of the labor market, but they are still jobless. They still may have kids that need support. And when you look at that, you see a massive, on an average year, it's about 1.4 million men. And so it's the issue of racial discrimination in the labor market, discrimination against people who are formerly incarcerated, discrimination against people with disabilities are three of the major factors, and the economically depressed communities.
Yeah, I know a lot of economists have a major problem with the way unemployment is counted. They say it's a flawed system. But I'm curious, those unemployment levels of black men running much deeper than just not having a job. It's also perpetuating the wealth gap in this country, because for every month a black man's not working, that's less money for his family, which means less opportunity on a host of measures. So talk about that cycle.
Absolutely. A job is fundamental. That's the foundation upon which people build wealth. If you don't have a job, for the average black person, if you don't have a job, you're losing wealth, you're spending down your savings, you're selling assets, or you're going into debt. You're putting things on credit cards, you're going to predatory lenders, and that just puts you further and further behind. It also, can damage your credit rating, so makes it much more difficult that you can get an asset like a home or a car in the future. So it really does contribute significantly to the wealth disparities that we see in our society.
Do we have any idea of the mental health toll this is having on black men, or their wives and children, for that matter?
This is a very important question that you asked, and we need to do more research on that. But we know that joblessness is going to cause stress, anxiety, can lower your self-esteem significantly, particularly if you have people depending on you for support. All of the mental health challenges gets multiplied when you think, I'm letting down my family because of my joblessness. So yes, it contributes a significant amount of to mental health stress and duress.
Research suggests that if the jobs gap closed between white and black men, about $30 billion would be funneled back into black communities every year. What are the solutions to fixing this, or are there any?
There are. We need to more effectively address the racial discrimination in the labor market, and we need more laws. We need stronger initiatives, stronger encouragement for employers to diversify their employment practices and really give opportunities to everyone, not just to the people in their networks. We see this problem persistently. I talked about, unfortunately, many predominantly Black communities are essentially economically depressed communities. But what did we do in the Great Depression? In the Great Depression, we had the Works Progress Administration create subsidized jobs. So we need targeted subsidized jobs programs to high unemployment communities. And unfortunately, there are many Black communities that have this long-term persistent levels of high unemployment. But there are also Native American communities, some Latino communities, and even some white communities with significantly high unemployment. So we really should do more. During the Obama administration, there was a subsidized jobs program that was connected to TANF. We can use that as a model and just make it bigger and so that it can better address all, the size of the problem.
Yeah, there is the train of thought that since government contributed to the systemic segregation and discrimination in many of these communities, it should play a role, as you just mentioned. Algernon Austin, thank you very much for your thoughts and your research.
My pleasure.